Hello everyone, my name is Alexis and today's class is all about motivating you and activating you. Make sure you have 2 blocks at the top of your mat, and otherwise we're going to get started right away in tabletop pose, moving through cat-cow. Make sure your hips over your knees, shoulders over wrists, and begin to breathe. Inhale to open up the chest, exhale to round through the spine, open up every vertebra, and just begin to breathe. Match the movement to your breath, but as much as you can, we're going to try to keep our movements fairly activated and energized. So this should not be a sluggish cat-cow. This should be a cat-cow full of energy as we begin to build that energy that will hopefully motivate you to do whatever it is that you need to do after you do this class. Continue to breathe through your cat-cow. Feel your spine moving and activating as you move throughout your cat-cow. Go ahead and do one more round. Very nice. And then we're just going to bring the right foot forward in between the hands to come into a low lunge. Now make sure that right knee is directly over the right ankle. Drop the hips forward and inhale the arms up overhead. Inhale and exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale to straighten, exhale, cactus. Inhale to straighten, exhale to cactus. Open up across the collarbones. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the left hand down to the mat and open the right arm up to the ceiling, coming into your easy twist. You can look up or down, whatever is comfortable. And then exhale, the right hand down to the mat. And then you're going to want to grab your blocks, push your hips back into your half split. It's okay if your leg doesn't straighten. We more want to get the hips back and use the blocks to support you, whether they bring the floor a little bit closer, whether they allow you to fold forward more deeply. Beautiful. Inhale yourself forward back into low lunge and bring the right knee back to meet the left. Very nice. From here, bring the left foot forward, coming into low lunge on the other side. Inhale the arms up overhead. Deep breath in, make sure that left knee is over the left ankle. And then exhale, cactus the arms, kiss the shoulder blades together on your back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, cactus the arms. Last time, inhale the arms up. Exhale, open across the chest. Very nice. Inhale the arms up. Right hand comes down to the mat. Swing the left arm up and open to come into your easy twist to the left side. And double check that your left knee is still in line with that left ankle. And then bring both hands down to blocks and send the hips back over that right knee. And it is okay if that left leg does not get straight. We want to focus on getting a stretch in the back of the left leg. And sometimes straightening your leg entirely means you won't get as much of a stretch as if you keep that leg bent. So no matter where you are exactly where you need to be. You're doing great. And the goal of this class is motivation and activation. It's not flexibility. So give yourself grace on where you are today and allow your energy to be lifted. Plant your hands on the mat. Step the left knee back to meet the right. Inhale the right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, we're coming into thread the needle. So that left hand can stay in front of the face, or you can extend the left hand long in front of you. Either way, relax that right shoulder to the mat and breathe here in your thread the needle pose. Keep your core nice and engaged. Bring that left hand back in front of the face. Push yourself up into tabletop pose. This time, inhale the left arm up to the ceiling and exhale, thread through underneath the right arm, coming into thread the needle on the other side. Keep lifting through the upper back by engaging the core, but otherwise allow your chest to relax to the mat. Beautiful. Push yourself back up into tabletop pose. Walk the hands forward just a couple inches. Curl the toes underneath and press yourself up into downward facing dog. Now, because this is your first downward dog, make any movements that you need to. Bend the knees, walk it out. Just make sure that from your wrists to your tailbone, everything is in a nice straight line. So bend the knees as much as you need to get that nice straightness in your spine and let your sternum fall towards the mat like a waterfall. Beautiful. Bring the right foot up in between the hands and we're going to lift up into a high lunge. Again, same principles apply here. Right knee directly over the right ankle. Inhale the arms up over the head. Take a deep breath in. And this time, let the right hand come to the hip and gently reach the left arm up and over to get a very gentle side bend in your high lunge. Beautiful. Come back to center. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Twist to the right. Still in your high lunge. Legs are still sturdy. Feet are pushing into the mat. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Arms up overhead. Exhale the hands down to those blocks. And we're going to come into pyramid pose. Pressing through the right leg, straightening it as much as you can, as much as is comfortable. Check in with your hips. Make sure that you're pulling that left hip forward so your hips are nice and square and even. And then relax yourself down over that right leg. And breathe. Beautiful. Bend back into your runner's lunge. You can walk the blocks forward to set them aside. Plant the hands on the mat. Step back into plank pose. And from plank, make your way back into downward facing dog however you want, whether that's pushing right back, lowering yourself down to the mat, or coming through into cobra pose. It is up to you. When you've made your way back to downward dog, walk it out, take a breath. And then bring that left foot in between the hands and come up into your high lunge on your left side. Inhaling the arms up overhead, pushing both feet into the mat. Really push through that front left heel just to activate the whole back of the left leg. Creates a little bit more stability. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, left hand to hip. Reach the right arm up and over for a baby side bend here in your high lunge. Keep your legs nice and strong, planting into the mat beneath you as if you could leave footprints in your mat to help stabilize you. And keep your core nice and tucked as well. Come back up, arms up overhead, and exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Twist to the right. Breathe deeply here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring the hands to your blocks and press back into pyramid pose. And again, imagine you could bring that right hip forward, almost like you could tuck it back into its socket, just to make sure that your hips are nice and square. It might mean you don't go as far into your stretch, but that's okay. The priority is making sure that your alignment is right. Beautiful. Come back into runner's lunge, plant the hands, step back into plank. From here, lower all the way down to the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, lift up into cobra pose. Lower down and make your way back into downward facing dog. Press through the hands, press through the heels. And then flow forward into plank pose. And again, lower yourself in one straight line all the way down to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your armpits. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. And we're going to come up into Sphinx pose first. Pressing the arms, the forearms into the mat. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. You can stay here and enjoy Sphinx pose. If you want to continue on, bring your hands lower down, bring your hands by your sides. You're going to inhale, lift the shoulders off the mat. Inhale, lift the feet off the mat. And then lift the arms, coming into your full locust pose. And again, you can stay in Sphinx if this is too much. You can also keep your hands on the mat if having your hands off the mat in locust is too much. If you really want to try a challenging pose, bend the knees, clasp the ankles, lift yourself up even higher, kick the feet into the hands, coming into bow pose. This is totally optional though. If you were in bow, straighten the legs. If you were in locust, lower down into the mat. And wherever you were, Sphinx, locust, press yourself back into child's pose, a wide-legged child's pose. Let your sternum fall towards the mat. Relax through your upper back. Allow your shoulder blades almost as if they could fall off the sides of your back. And breathe. Inhale, walk your hands back up, and we're going to come to stand on our knees, and we're going to make our way into gate pose. So if you want to curl one edge of your mat up so it supports underneath your knees, you can do so. We're going to begin by extending the right leg out. Now the right foot should be parallel to the short edge of the mat, and then you're just going to inhale the left arm down, around, and up overhead for a gentle side bend towards that extended right leg. You can look down or up, whatever is comfortable. Make sure that that left hip is still over the left knee. Everything is nice and in line. Beautiful. Come back up to center and let that left hand fall to the mat. Reach the right arm up overhead, coming into a supported side plank stretch here. If you want to lift that right leg off the mat, you can, but we're going for a stretch here, not so much a strength building exercise. Lift yourself back up onto your knee, bring the right knee back to meet the left, and then we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Extend the left foot out. Left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Inhale the right arm up and over, reaching towards that extended left leg. Breathe deep. Keep your core engaged. Imagine your belly button muscles could bring your hip points together. Beautiful. Take another deep breath in. And on the exhale, let that right hand come all the way to the mat. Reach the left arm up and over, reaching from the left wrist all the way down to the left ankle, getting a full side body stretch here. Beautiful. Come back to standing. And we're going to progress through a couple movements into camel pose. Now, if you want blocks for this, I highly recommend them. Blocks are great in camel. If you don't practice camel, if it's not a part of your yoga practice, you're just going to bring your hands to your low back as if you're sliding your hands into jeans pockets. So you're getting kind of friendly with your bum here. And you're just going to push your hips forward and almost as if your shoulder blades could kiss behind you. And then you'll just stay there. If you want to go a little further with me, you can reach your hands behind you to blocks that are by your ankles, or you can reach all the way down to your ankles. It is up to you. Find your camel pose that feels good. And you can throw your head back, or you can keep the chin supported. And wherever you are, bring your hands to your low back, curl yourself back up forward, set the blocks aside, and come into a kneeling position in hero pose. Inhale the arms down, around, and up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. And congratulate yourself on a job well done. I hope whatever you needed this class for goes well. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.